Hey, so this is Kevin with the Collective Experience Team's Sprint to Sprint video. So here's our sprint log. You can see that over the number of things we did this week are like working on some things involving upgrading the experience workflow and creating the chain experience. Shannon in particular did a bunch of work on developing paper prototypes for us to do some more like design, interaction, and interface work in and like think a little bit more about what we expect our greater like collective experience app experience to look like. So we all met and talked about that afterward. Shannon took like all the sketches that we came up with and started making ideas to test with users, and she's going to give us feedback this week when she's finishes testing. And then we also just did a bunch of more other things, like get ready for launching more experiences. In particular, we need to I needed to do some work figuring out exactly how well background geolocation is working. So I'll go through all these things a little bit. So in terms of, I guess one other big thing that Ryan did was write the Meteor Cordova push guide. So it's here now. It's so anyone can just go through this for setting up push notifications for hybrid Cordova apps. We also, like more on this upgrading the experience workflow, we talked a little bit more about what we expect the back end architecture to look like. So like what parts of how we like end up like our server architecture, and if we were to like pull up parts to generalize and sort of like look out clean components for like a technical contribution, this is what it would look like. So we can see here, you can kind of just look through this diagram, it's in our drive, but we have a lot of this already, as in like the experience pool and like the user's profile subscriptions and so on. The main part that we're gonna like clean up a lot and try to like really make clear is this whole part about the activator, the word query engine, and monitor. Kind of all this right now is rolled like all into like this like just Cerebro, and we're thinking about like what we can do to like separate this out to have this make more sense and make launching experiences more robust and kind of enable more of like if we want to do like programmatic queries or programmatic collective experiences. Okay, so and then on the vein of interaction design usability testing, Shannon has uploaded a bunch of the paper prototypes she was testing, just so we can have a picture of it here. She's been like testing these, doing both like kind of general like UI, but about like kind of consolidating the different activities that someone might possibly want to do in a collective experience app. Just like along the bottom, we have like featured, browse, participate, create, and about me. We kind of like pick those out as the main components or the distinct pages or components activities that people need to do. She's also testing some experiences to get here's like OMG shoes. She's testing like to see what people want in the results of the experience and what they're looking for and as well as like some more general testing about like if this UI makes sense and is easy for people to like browse around and get excited about participating in collective experiences and making it easy for them to know when to participate in collective experiences and like enable like to just like join. So yeah, she's testing them with several people from both lab, I think outside as well right now, and we'll get back to some results so we can implement this in UI for our next sprint. Yeah, so last thing here is the background geolocation. This part seems to, so like basically we can just see right now that we have a few markers of everyone's location. It's a little bit fickle in terms that most of the background geo stuff actually requires people to like walk around like some amount of distance before it picks up on the update. But we're still like kind of testing this, but we can like kind of see that it does work. Though this like people's locations might be like slightly off from here. We'll have to like see in the end like how this affects our ability to do like queries. But in the meantime, like we do get some semblance of location. So moving forward, there's a lot of things that we want to do on the architecture side to match the architecture diagram that Ryan and I like talked about, as well as like Ryan mostly, and then implement the UI improvements that we're getting from Shannon in terms of like the working on the greater collective experience, and then do some more design on like the participating applications and like making this sort of more modular and we're also going to be working on running experiences daily, so we can get some feedback on how these experiences are, and like just how all that's all going.